Klamath Falls is appearing on a lot of lists as the best place to move in Oregon, so people are doing their research, and the numbers of the cost of living in Klamath Falls are wildly different, and you're wondering what to believe, so let's get into it. Hi, I'm Darlene Humphreys. Klamath Falls has been appearing on a lot of best of lists. Best place to retire in Oregon, most affordable place to move to in Oregon, best place to move if you like an outdoorsy lifestyle. We're appearing on a lot of lists as the best place to move in Oregon, so people are checking it out. And the cost of living numbers vary wildly, and I don't know where they aggregate their data or how they stack it, and I'm assuming that some put more weight on some areas than other areas, but let's break it down by category. And let's start with housing. There's websites that say the average cost of a house in Klamath Falls is $270,000. Another website says the average home sales price in Klamath Falls is $502,000. It's not. The average sales price in Klamath Falls right now has been averaging around $340,000. It's been around there for a while. It's certainly not the $502 I found a couple hours ago on the internet. I don't know where to get this from, but I'm thinking that they must aggregate the data differently. I think some websites pull it by just single family. I think some others include all the sales, everything from manufactured homes in parks to some of our big ranches that can be millions of dollars, and they must average it that way. I don't know how they're arriving at the average home sales price, but right now it's like $340,000. And basic staples like milk, bread, eggs, groceries in general. I have the opportunity to travel around with the dogs a little bit, and I tend to peek at these things when I'm in a store. And our grocery prices and staples prices are at least at national average, if not a little bit below. So as far as the things you buy on the daily or the things that you would routinely depend on for day-to-day living, we are at or below the national average. Utilities is where we are tending above the national average, and I don't know why. Our costs for utilities tends to run a little bit higher than the national average, 7%. I saw kicked around quite a bit on the internet when I was researching this. And of course, our transportation costs are higher. If you're coming from an area where you can take the train or rely on the bus to get anywhere pretty much you want to go in town, probably not happen in Klamath Falls. It's a very car-dependent community. So of course, your cost for transportation and getting back and forth to work and to where you need to go is going to be higher if you are coming from somewhere where you didn't need a car, because in Klamath Falls, you are going to need a car. Healthcare is another area that we are at the national average, and I believe this is because we have a full-service regional hospital in Sky Lakes Medical Center. If you are someone that depends on different specialties, or if there's certain demands that you have, or there's treatments that you need, you might have to go out of the area. There's a lot of people that travel out of the area for specialists and different procedures. They go to Medford or Bend or different places and get those things done. And another area that we don't have dependable 24-hour vet care in Klamath Falls. We've had some different vet offices and different veterinarians offer 24-hour veterinary care, but it has not ever stuck, and right now I don't think we have a 24-hour vet, at least not that I know of. But if you have an after-hours emergency, you're going to Central Point for that procedure or that service, and that's 75 miles and about an hour and a half away. Another area where Oregon gets beat up a little bit is personal income tax, especially if you're coming from somewhere like Nevada that doesn't have personal income tax. There's a range depending on how much money you make of what a personal income tax is in Oregon, but personal income tax is typically offset because we don't have any sales tax, and our property taxes, depending on where you are or what you're looking at or where you're coming from, our property taxes do tend to be lower than a lot of areas. But again, this depends on what you're used to, where you're coming from, or where you're looking elsewhere versus what you are looking at here. And so property taxes and lack of sales tax in Oregon can sometimes offset that personal income tax increase that you might experience if you move to Oregon. And for me, the real value isn't just in the numbers. I know a lot of people are data centric and they want to crunch the numbers and see where the most affordable place for them to move is. And for me, I'm not that bound to that. If something is a little bit higher over here, but it has more of what the lifestyle that I want to live, I would think I would rather live there than live somewhere that might not fit my lifestyle as well, but it's a little bit cheaper to live over there. But this depends on you. I mean, some people are very flexible. They can get along anywhere and do anything. But for those of us that like scenery and trees and water and outdoors and just a slower pace of living where you don't have a 45-minute commute to get to work, where it doesn't take you an hour to run to get something that you need for your house and back. I mean, I can go to Home Depot and be home in 20 minutes because I spend a lot of time at Home Depot. I know where everything is. That's the first thing. But I can run over there, grab what I need, and be back. And back to whatever I'm trying to screw up. So, for me, it's not just about the numbers. For me, it's quality of life and being comfortable and happy where I live. And I'm happy living in Klamath Falls. Thanks for joining.